all over. Yeah, it will be. This time next week, it will be all over, won't it? If you want to most people will have eaten too much and sat on a sofa. And
I'm aiming to replace my blood with Bailey's, but responsibly. My Christmas wish.
Your Christmas wish.
How are you doing?
All tickety-boo. All tickety-boo.
Fabulous.
I dug the Christmas jumpers out of the cupboard the other week. Last week, wasn't it, when we had Christmas jumper?
Oh, yeah, on Thursday, Christmas jumper day.
And I thought, well, I'm putting them back. It's the only time you can wear them. And, I've been wearing this hat more or less ever since. So
nice.
Occasionally,
I'm going to only wear this hat now. I've literally just put it on because I feel like I'm going to a Christmas market tomorrow, and that's when I'm going to start feeling really festive.
I've been wearing it all day.
I did peak a bit early because I had my first mulled wine and mince pie in October. I've been chasing that high ever since.
I went to, I finished the mince pies over the weekend, and I went to buy some more this afternoon, and apparently the Co-op have the best ones.
Oh, do they?
Their taste of difference, or their finest. Or
there are many other different mince pies that people can buy though.
Yeah, there are, but I've been told by these people who conduct research every year and have little spreadsheets of mince pies, and everyone was normally it's little. They do pretty good, and I went up my local Co-op, which is 10 minutes, if that, around the corner, and they'd sold out. So that was very disappointing.
Words got out, Dave. Words got out. They do the best.
Words got out. Yeah. I'm hopefully there'll be a load in tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
That's a good tip off because I've got a Co-op and I can swing past there tomorrow. And I am quite a mince pie connoisseur. And in Aldi, they have so many different types. They have like ice toppings. They have these mince pies that don't really have pastry on, but they're like
just want the plain ones. Just get the super duper ones from the Co-op and see if you can lever off the top and then put a teaspoon, maybe a bigger teaspoon of brandy.
Tablespoon.
A brandy in it. Oh, so good. Let it soak in.
Amazing tip.
Anyway,
we digress. What have we got coming up tonight?
We've got quite a lot tonight. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lots. A couple of pairs. I can see a pair of Bunners and I can see a pair of Japanese whiskies. So first up is in Speyside with an 18-year-old Balvenie. This is kind of special, I think, because I've not seen a Pedrohimenos sherried Balvenie before. I must admit, I've got a few Balvenies downstairs, and they do have sherried or double cask or double wood, as they call it. But I've not seen these special. An 18-year-old, I've never seen an 18-year-old. I've seen the 15 and the 21-year-old and the 12-year-old, obviously, but I've not seen an 18. But this is 18 years of maturation, finishing in a Pedrohimenos sherry butt. So big, sticky, black currant sort of flavors coming through. There were just 99 tickets.
Shall we find out who's tonight's first winner?
This is a big Christmassy dram. Are you ready with that wheel?
I'm always ready with this wheel. I mean, I say that, but often I'm not ready with the wheel, am I?
Most of the time, you're ready with the wheel.
Not ready with the wheel. Okie dokie, here we go. Who is tonight's first winner?
Cracking Distillery up in Speyside. You can go and visit it if you book your ticket there. It's well worth going to have a look round. Really good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tom. That is a big Christmassy whiskey. Well done.
And hello to Steve Clement. He says, good luck, everyone. Or Steve Clement.
Nice.
I say things in a French accent just to add a touch of exoticism to this.
Oui.
And hello, Nick Randall. Good evening.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. I wish I could say, and coming up next in French, but I can't.
I can't remember either. Good Lord.
All I know how to say is, où est la piscine? and Je Mal à la Gauche, which is where's the swimming pool, and I've got a sore throat.
Une église. That's all I remember. No. There's a few things I remember. My daughter always used to do that when she's learning French. Une église. Okay. Next up is a pair from Islay, from Bunnahabhain Distillery. These are two special releases that were released this year for the Feishila, which is the sort of the big whiskey festival, a week during the end of May, beginning of June, that sort of week. Where every distillery has its day. They're going to have to extend it to a 2-week festival soon, because there's going to be so many distilleries they're already doubling up now. There's two, some distilleries have to double up on a day, but Kalila was, Bruichladdich was always a Sunday party. Lagavulin was always a Saturday. Bunnahabhain was always a Friday, I think. The end Friday, and the final Saturday was always Ardbeg. They will have to shape up a little bit. But anyway, this is a pair of really cracking whiskies. One is a 25-year-old, and that's been finished in a Manzanilla sherry cask, which is a sort of a dry, like a Fino, but from a different region, from San Luca de Barrameda. Delicious. I do like a Manzanilla, I must admit. I'm a bit more partial to Amontellados, and I do like Amontillado whiskey finished as well. And then there's a cream sherry. The Canesta is a rich, medium sweet wine. And so that should do something. So that's big, sweet, sticky sort of sherry, cream sherries. This should be good. There were just 129 tickets for this pair of whiskies.
What a comp.
Yep.
Shall we find out who's...
Let's go. I'll grab your wheel. Let's throw that wheel up.
Wheels up. Are we ready to find out who's the lucky winner of this pair?
Let's get a winner up for this pair of Bunners.
Here we go. Mark P!
Congratulations, Mark. There's a lovely pair of Bunners for
Eve prize winner.
Well, hopefully we're going to get them out pretty quickly this week. The warehouse team will be pretty damn busy this week, I'm sure, but they will be going out as soon as they can, and you'll
get them out
damn soon. And don't forget, if you do win, and if you have won, please send us a picture of your winnings, because we'd love to see you with them. We love those big cheesy grins. If there were dogs in the picture as well, even better. Maximum points for dogs in the picture.
Exactly. We have a Danish or someone from Denmark who's in with us this evening for the live.
Excellent.
Hello, Hanne. I think that's her name.
It's been a while since I've been to Denmark, and I need to go back. Not to apologise.
Licorice, amazing licorice and marzipan.
Oh, amazing licorice! Yeah, I remember
the chocolate, milk chocolate with the licorice covered in milk chocolate is one of my favourite things of all time.
I love their little licorice sweets that they have with a very strong coffee that you get served on the little airline that flies down into Viborg. Tiny little sort of twin propeller, very noisy plane, but yeah, you always get these lovely big thick black coffee and these licorice. Oh, delicious. Okay, what's up next?
We digress. What's coming up with our third spin of the night?
It is another Speyside distillery that I don't know an awful lot about, I must admit. Benriach. I do know Benriach, and I know it's been around for a while and sort of was mothballed for a long time. It's like 60-something years of mothballing. It was a maltings for a long time, so the distillery was all there, but it was like the distillery closed or mothballed for 60 years before it reopened again. Yeah, this is an awful lot about Benriach. I haven't tasted a wonderful amount of Benriach, but this is a 30-year-old, so a little drop of liquid history. There were just 149 tickets. Yeah, this should be spectacular. Should we pick a winner?
Let's pick a winner. My
Let's pick a
computer's just
winner.
frozen. Hopefully it's not going to freeze now. Okay, here we go. Who is going to win this wonderful bottle? Martin Hay!
Martin, congratulations. And
Yeah.
I'd love to try that. I must admit. I wonder if it's
Martin.
drinks by the dram. I'll have to go and have a look for that.
Okie doke. We got a biggie coming up now.
We have got a big one. We have got a big one now. Yeah, this is the fifth release from Laphroaig. It is a 34-year-old. It's sort of a fifth story in the Ian Hunter storybook. Ian Hunter, I think we've had a couple of the others up over the previous competitions. He was the Laphroaig distillery between 1908 and 1944. So just telling his story. And Bessie Williams took over a little bit more about Bessie Williams than I do about Ian Hunter. But this is a big one. Again, just 149 tickets for this, I believe. Pretty good odds, I would say.
Amazing odds.
Another little drop of liquid history out of the archives.
Okay, here we go. Who's going to win?
Who bought a ticket? Fingers crossed for you all. Pick a winner.
Good luck, everyone. Oh, it's the waltzy music.
Watching more Christmas tune.
David C, congratulations.
Congratulations, David. A 34-year-old Laphroaig will be coming your way sometime soon.
Fantastic. Okay, what have we got coming up next? We've just got banger after banger now, haven't we?
It is banger after banger. Okay, this is one of the Master of Malt single casks from Campbelltown. It's a 29-year-old Springbank. We've had some. We did buy an awful lot. I come from the independent bottling side at boutique, and we did buy an awful lot of Springbank from private collectors.
Don't let people into our industry secrets.
A little while ago. Well, the Scotch whisky industry went through a bit of a troubled time. Springbank was on a short time, and lots of distilleries were selling casks. And these people who bought these casks, or maybe even were paid in these casks, probably didn't even want them at the time. They probably wanted paying the money that they needed to get by, but ended up with a cask of whiskey.
Liquid gold.
They are these days, yeah. Try and get hold of a 29-year-old Springbank. Now, this is a single cask that comes from 1993. It was matured in a single refill sherry hoggy, which is why we don't know what refill. It's not first fill, obviously, but otherwise it'd be a big dark whiskey. This is a little bit lighter, so I think the sherry will be a little bit more subtle. However, 29 years in it, I think it would be spectacular, personally.
It's going to be amazing.
Much more my preference a refill than a big first fill, certainly at that age.
That's interesting. Why is that? Why is it your preference?
I think the sherry would have taken over at that age. It's always a fine balance between distillery character and the wood, and the fresher the wood, the shorter the maturation period, and the more tired the wood, the longer the maturation period. Before you get that full wood influence. Not a big fan of chewing pencils.
Oh, really?
Okay,
let's go to the wheel. Let's find out who is this lucky Springbank winner.
Yep, let's do it.
Here you go.
135. Good luck.
Andy Y. Congratulations, Andy.
Hi, congratulations. A lovely.
These fantastic prizes tonight, just like every week.
Yeah, so that's a fair bit of whiskey. Those two last ones were over £1,000 a bottle at retail. Yeah, so big prizes.
Big prizes. What have we got coming up next?
Well, here we have the Yamazaki 18-year-old Japanese whiskey from the oldest distillery in Japan that celebrated its 100th birthday this year. 1923 was when the first whiskey distillery was built, and this is one.
Whereabouts is the distillery in Japan?
Good question. Good question, and I can't remember.
You can just Google it. It's fine.
Well, yeah, just
such a font of whiskey knowledge, you'd know everything.
Just Google it. I can't remember the whole of Japan. Like our book behind me. Hey, Yamazaki.
Going through the index. At least it's a Y, so it'll be really.
It's a big one. It's got to be the big one. Yes, founded in it's in Osaka.
That's an amazing place with an incredible cultural heritage, I believe.
Osaka, 1923 founded. As I said, it's 100th year when it was Shinjiro Torii built the first malt whiskey distillery in Japan. And yeah, there you go.
Amazing. Should we see who's the winner?
This is. I've had some of the earlier releases, and this is a beautiful, beautiful whiskey.
Okay, who is the winner of this fantastic bottle tonight?
199 tickets for this one.
Is that a Christmas? It could be Christmas Day. It is. It's got the bell. Chrissy! Congratulations.
Congratulations, Bruce. Yeah, enjoy that Yamazaki. It's one to talk about, celebrate the new year, whatever. Start the new year. Yes, indeed. Okay, this is the one I wanted to punt for. I would have bought a ticket for it if I was allowed.
This is a big one. We've got two monsters.
This is the one I would. An old Highland Park, an 88 Highland Park. I definitely would have punted for this one, I must admit. Old Highland Park is generally. I remember being told when I first tasted the old 18-year-old a while back, saying this will change your life, Dave.
No expectation.
The old 12 used to be superb, and I've tried the new 15 recently, and I was like, wow, I was really pleasantly surprised. It was very, very good. I remember the old 15. I'm going back to 10 years or more. When I first had the 18-year-old, and it was, oh wow, this is just stunning whiskey. I'm expecting this to be absolutely fabulous. I love the look of the bottle, the black flask that they've got there.
Amazing.
The big wooden box. I don't know what I'd do with that afterwards. Probably make a little ukulele or something like that, maybe.
Oh, that would be so wonderful. I hope whoever wins this does that, and then can just whip up a little whiskey song to sing.
Yeah.
When they're drinking it.
So this is obviously from American Oak Bourbon Hoggies. I think it started off in 4, and it spent its final 11 months in a pair of European Oak Hoggies. So European Oak, generally sherry. There were just 625 bottles. Each of these have been. This is the one I wanted to punt for. I would have loved it. I think retail. This is something like £3,000.
Can't believe the level of whiskey that people have access to for these incredible ticket prices. It's amazing. Okay, we're going to spin it. Going to spin it. See who's win it.
Andre. Congratulations, Andre. I'll email you my address so you can pop round and we'll open it here, shall we?
You can exchange some drams and you can make the ukulele out of the box.
I can get my ukulele down and play some tunes.
Exchange for me, I think.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely one I would have bought a ticket for. I was just talking to the boss this morning about a couple of these that we would definitely put a punt in. That's for sure. I think the ticket for Highland Park was £12 or something like that. So
it's amazing.
Yeah, I would have definitely gone for that.
Yeah, £12, amazing. What have we got coming up next?
We're back in Japan for a pair of Nika. From two different distilleries. There's two different styles of whiskey. So one's Yoichi and the other's Miyajikyo. So one's peated and one's not peated, but these are two yeast strains. So it's like an experiment in fermentation of these two. So it's a little bit of experimentation that these Japanese distilleries have done. Nika was sort of the second group of distilleries that went up against Suntory, Yamazaki, Masataka, who was the original designer or distillery manager of Yamazaki, went out on his own and started Nika. Not long after. And I was reading a great book recently because they've translated his diary, his journal. Where is it? I was only reading it recently. It'll be downstairs anyway, but they translated his. So he was sent over to Scotland to learn how to make whiskey, and he spent.
Oh, I've heard about this.
He spent time. Yeah, it turned into a big Japanese soap TV story as well.
Yeah.
He came over here and he married a Scotswoman, and took her back to Japan.
Wow.
Yeah.
And made fantastic whiskey.
But I've heard these great stories, that he was his journal, his notebook, he would take all these stories, measurements of how that was making whiskey, and he would take pictures. I heard this story that he would take pictures of the staff next to, like the stillman next to his still, and take a picture, and then he'd ask the stillman would stand up there straight, all proud, because not many people would have their pictures taken back in the 1920s.
Yeah. And especially like next to what they do.
I'm
so proud because they were such kind of like groundbreakings, right? To be the
Not
first.
only did he do that, he'd go up to the stillman afterwards and ask him his size. How tall are you, sir? And then write that down in his book so he could scale it afterwards. So clever.
I love it.
He had a reference point. That man was 6'2".
This is how big this still is.
Anyway, we've gone on far too long now. Let's pick a winner.
Let's see who that winner is. People aren't here to hear us chat. They're here to find out if they've won these wonderful bottles of whiskey. Susan.
Oh, excellent. Well done, Susan.
Congratulations.
I found the book.
Oh, that looks brilliant.
So this is on the production methods of pot still whiskey, Campbelltown, Scotland, by Masataka Takatsui. So they were translated from the Japanese notebooks, and they have got his little sketches in here and photographs. Fascinating. These little hand done sketches here of a mash tun. And he had to translate all these different measurements into Japanese measurements. We were still in feet, and he was to translate them into Japanese. Anyway,
wow,
excellent book. If you're into whiskey, grab hold of it, find it. It's just a great little read. Written in May. I think this is one of the diaries from May 1920.
Amazing. Well, we have got quite a bottle coming up now.
We have, in terms of big bucks, another 30-year-old, and this is from back into Speyside again, the 30-year-old Sherry Oak. It's a 2023 release. Obviously, they only do these once a year, 30-year-old whiskies, not just lying around everywhere. Always highly sought after. There's another little ukulele project there, or cigar box guitar afterwards with the box. Not many people do that. I wouldn't have thought. Macallan, 30-year-old.
Start a band with these winners.
30-year-old. This yeah, what with this over £5,000 a bottle retail. I mean, beyond most of us. All of us, certainly all of us at Atom. Yeah.
This is going to be a mega Christmas prize for someone.
So yes, just 199 tickets. So a 1 in 199 chance of.
Should we see who the final winner is of tonight before Christmas?
Someone's just telling us they've done a TV series in Japan about it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Yes, I wanted to see it.
Yeah, that 8244AK75. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce your name. So just politically. Okay, here we go. Tonight's final winner is going to be.
Good luck.
Good luck, everyone. Okay. Congratulations. What a prize. We want to see your face with that bottle.
You've just made his evening. Carsten, you've just won yourself a 30-year-old Sherry Oak Macallan 2023 release, the latest release. If you missed it earlier, you probably got last year's. So that's it.
That's our last draw of this year. Our next one's on the 3rd of January next year.
We won't be back until next year, but there are a number of whiskies that have been. I've just seen. I think there's whiskies in their final week. There's a few great ones in there. Another one that I wouldn't mind putting. There's a Hibiki 30-year-old. I would have bought a ticket for that. Port Ellen 39-year-old from Douglas Lang, extra old particular. I know they had some amazing old. I know they've got some amazing old Port Ellens. There's a beautiful, beautiful 21-year-old Rosebank in the mix. A 29-year-old Bamor, always a good one. A big collector's one. A load more big whiskies went up this afternoon. Again, Lockie, which is a little piece of liquid history, something you wouldn't see around Glenlockie. Very rarely do they come up. Another Laphroaig, a big 36-year-old from the Wall collection, the new whiskies that recently came out. I've seen a pair of Glenfarclas. We're big fans of Glenfarclas. There's a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old in that little collection.
Amazing.
A 45-year-old from Port Ascaig, the independent bottler. So it's another Isla whiskey, but a 45-year-old. And there is a 10 whiskey collection from our boutique whiskey. I've got one here. I've got one here, but all 10 of our baseball card series.
US collection.
The US collection. So there are rye whiskies in there, including an exercise.
Amazing bourbons in there.
Bourbons and some beautiful American single malt.
Does it include the brandies?
No, it's just the 10 whiskies.
It's the whiskies.
Just the whiskies, not the brandies.
Just
the brandies have come out as a separate.
I wasn't paying attention to you then. Sorry, I was thinking about Christmas.
Thinking about putting brandy into your mince pie.
That's exactly what I was thinking about doing.
So
I'm going to have a little brandy now, I think. Ho, ho, ho. 'Tis the season.
We'll just end it here and wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everyone. Thank you for joining us for these. Couldn't make it happen without you. And looking forward to announcing more winners next year and sharing the whiskey goodness.
Hey, lovely to play along. Thanks for everyone who's been playing along so far. And we're taking a short break for a little bit of ho 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 action. And hope you all have a wonderful like England sort of shuts down for.
It's nice. Have a rest. Have a rest. Surround yourself with friends and family.
I know not all the world does, but England certainly does. Really does shut down. Scotland even more so. In the New Year, the Hogmanay celebrations, very important to them. It was just another working day in the Far East, I must admit.
But they have different celebrations, different customs. But for us, good night, everyone, and happy Christmas.
Bye. have a great break, everyone, and I'll see you all
We
in
should
New Year.
play some Christmas music to lead out, but
We should do, yeah. Let me find the.
we got the
where's the jukebox?
Metallica banjo thing that we were playing.
Let me find the jukebox. Let's put it back on again. Yeah, let's put it back on.